Welcome back to Crypto Meets AI. Jerry here with an update for you. Do me a favor, friends. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. It really does help the algorithm. Now let's get into this. We're sitting at $3.12, trading flat on the day within a range of 301 to 317. Crypto tends to spike on the weekends, Friday and Saturday, and then seems to crash back down on Sunday for whatever reason. I don't know, but that's the routine that it usually plays out. And breaking, Wall Street's loudest voice, Jim Cramer, just called HBAR a buy. Now, I'm not too sure if I should be worried about this or I should just ignore it. But everybody knows the inverse Cramer effect. Most people do exactly the opposite of what this idiot says. Little concerned about him saying HBAR is a buy. And no institution in the United States has more power with less accountability. Thomas Sowell. And Representative Thomas Massie is over the target. Since the Fed's creation in 1913, the U.S. dollar has lost over 90% of its purchasing power. The Fed is the root cause of inflation, which acts as a hidden tax, significantly hurting working families and absolutely crushing the poor. By buying U.S. Treasury debt, the Fed monetizes the national debt in a way that encourages Congress to overspend without immediate consequences. And all they're doing is pushing those consequences onto our children and grandchildren. It's an absolute disgrace. It's time to rethink agencies created in 1913 and whether they remain relevant to modern times. And I honestly think we should end the Fed, and I agree with Thomas Massie 100%, and the Fed. And White House advisor Bill Hines confirms the U.S. will never issue a stablecoin. We feel extremely strong about this, that a CBDC should never exist.
No, the federal government will never issue a stablecoin. We don't want to even flirt with the line of a CBDC. We've said the president's already banned a CBDC through executive order. Chairman Powell's actually come out and stated 3 separate times that it would take congressional action in order for a CBDC to be implemented. As part of that too, though, with Genius, and I've said this repeatedly, is this all but effectively destroys any prospect of a CBDC. When you can access, private enterprise and engage in that way, why would you ever want to use a government-backed stable? There's no purpose for it. There's no reason for it. We don't want Big Brother spying on the American consumers. We feel extremely strong about this, that a CBDC should never exist. And I think that Genius all but effectively accomplishes that.
And it's great to hear that this administration will never create a CBDC. But as we all know, administrations can change every 4 years. Ripple and the quantum trap. They say the quantum financial system is freedom. But what if it's a cage? Built by central banks, powered by Ripple, and masked as innovation, XRP. This isn't just money, it's programmable control. Let's unravel the trap they may have set. The shift has already begun. While most people sleep, global finance is shifting. SWIFT is going to ISO 222, paper going to CBDCs, and banks tokenize the ledgers. Ripple is at the heart of all this change. But it's not just about speed, it's about total digital control powered by quantum tech. Executive Order 14067, the quiet spark in 2022, Biden signed executive order urging the U.S. to explore quantum-resistant cryptography for digital assets. Why rush post-quantum security now? Because someone already built the trap. Ripple's tech fits too perfectly into it. MIT, Ripple, and quantum-resistant CBDCs. MIT's Digital Currency Initiative, a leader in quantum and safe CBDC research, has deep ties to Ripple, the Biz, IMF, and the Bank of England. They're testing quantum-proof ledgers for future global use, and XRP is already optimized for this next system. The Biz Plan, Unified Ledger. The Bank for International Settlements is creating a unified ledger, a global financial grid for tokenized money, assets, and smart contracts. Ripple is a key contributor to this plan. What if XRP is the bridge asset of the Biz quantum grid? And it most likely would be. The David Schwartz patent puzzle. David Schwartz, Ripple's CTO, files patents in the early 2000s involving scalable distributed systems, encrypted messaging channels, smart agents interacting with tokens autonomously. Are these fragments of quantum financial OS? The NSA and the quantum seeds. The NSA began working on post-quantum encryption back in 2016. Guess what surfaced the same year? Ripple's rise as cross-border payments disruptor. Is it a coincidence? And like I said, I don't believe in coincidences. Or was Ripple always designed to plug into the NSA's vision? Source: NSA tech report on post-quantum cryptography. The trap: programmable liquidity. In the QFS, money becomes code. It can expire, it can be blocked, it can obey rules. The BIS says this will enable programmable compliance. And XRP, it's fast, neutral, and ideal for this programmable liquidity prison. Ripple's inner circle. Who are they really? Former Ripple board members: Craig Phillips, Treasury, BlackRock; Michael Barr, now Fed VP; Ken Kurson, linked to Kushner and Elite Networks. Ripple isn't a rebel. It's the chosen tech of the new monetary elite. ISO 222 was just the entry point. Everyone thought ISO 222 was a win for crypto, but what if it was just a standardized on-ramp to lock us into programmable quantum-ready global system, and XRP is the test subject that passed all their criteria. The quantum trap is invisible until it's too late. You won't see chains, you'll see convenience, but the quantum financial system is a digital cage. Ripple's XRP may be the master key, but who holds it, and who decides who gets locked inside? Final thought, this isn't financial freedom, this is code-based compliance, and Ripple may be the chosen tool of global technocrats. The question is no longer will XRP succeed, it's what system will it serve, us or them. The US just told you what it needs, and it's not Bitcoin. The White House crypto report is out. Cross-border payment innovation is priority number one. Ripple is the leading US-based company building that future. XRP powers it, RLUSD connects it, ODL scales it. The government will back what it can regulate, and Ripple is built to be supported. This is insanely bullish for XRP and the XRP family. Let's get her done. Remember, Harvard revealed that the roadmap to the digital dollar involves XRP and XLM, documented down below. XRP and the 13 bloodlines. What if Ripple wasn't built to disrupt the elites, but to serve them? From the Rothschilds to the Rockefellers, ancient banking dynasties have ruled for centuries. Now they're embedding themselves into crypto. Let's decode their plan. For centuries, the world has been ruled not by elected leaders, but by blood. A secret alliance of 13 elite families, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and Passeurs, I probably slaughtered it, and more has maintained control through banking, war, and manipulation. Crypto is just the next frontier. The 13 bloodlines are deeply tied to the Federal Reserve, the IMF and Biz, the Vatican banking, and BlackRock and central banks. Their power isn't just in money, it's in control of money flow, and Ripple has quietly entered their circle. Ripple's advisory board is filled with former Fed, IMF, and WEF insiders. Ben Losky, former NYDFS, approved the first BIT license. Craig Phillips, ex-US Treasury. Michael Barr, now vice chair of the Federal Reserve. They don't hire rebels, they hire gatekeepers. One of the most mysterious Ripple partners, Bank of England, deeply linked to the Rothschilds dynasty since the 1690s. A 2017 Bank of England report explores Ripple's role in building next-gen liquidity networks. Why Ripple? Why now? Because it fits the plan. The Rothschild model. Control the money, control the world. The Biz, known as the central bank of central banks, now experiments with interoperability liquidity bridges using Ripple. Programmable, traceable, controllable liquidity. Even stranger, the World Economic Forum, WEF, lists Ripple as key blockchain solution for CBDCs, and Ripple is part of the Digital Dollar Project, backed by Accenture, a firm tied to military and intelligence contracts. This isn't accidental. Some researchers claim that the bloodlines never lost control. They just upgraded their tools. From gold to central banks to SWIFT to RippleNet, a hidden continuity of control hidden in plain sight. Why XRP? Because it offers everything the elites want. Instant global liquidity, full traceability, easy integration with AI and CBDCs, control via smart contracts. Ripple isn't replacing the masters, it's building their next throne. Watch what they do, not what they say. The same institutions that once resisted crypto are now silently aligning behind Ripple. It's not rebellion, it's ritual. And this is 100% true. BlackRock, Wells Fargo, all those major players, all they had to say about crypto in the past was it was for money laundering, criminals, and drug dealers. Now, they're all jumping on board. The 13 bloodlines never lost power. They just switched currencies. And XRP may be their chosen key to the financial temple. Are you inside the trap or outside the gate? Comment down below and tell me what you think about this. And just in, the July 2025 report reveals publicly traded company Immutable Holdings will begin strategically accumulating HBAR tokens, a massive signal. Corporate treasuries are actively seeking ISO 222 compliant assets as the foundation of their long-term digital asset strategy. The company believes HBAR is a high-quality digital asset with long-term potential, distinguished by Hedera networks, enterprise-grade performance, low transaction costs, carbon negative operations, and growing adoption among enterprise and public sector applications. HBAR, compelling candidate for long-term digital asset treasury management. Like I said, the institutions are here. Well, that's what I have for you folks. Until next time, stay savvy, stay stacking, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. And if you want more crypto deep dives, check out our videos right here on Crypto Meets AI. Thank you for watching. Remember to always do your own research. This is not financial advice.